Hello everyone, it is Bulldog here, back with more CLG analysis. It is week 2, day 1, Friday night, CLG versus Golden Guardians. Pick ban went through. I'm pulling up the VOD here, and on the VOD they just skipped over pick ban right here, so kind of want to just take a look at it. I mean, jungle matchup, we definitely outdrafted there. Like, Volibear, I think, is better than Set, unless if Set has, like, a Lulu or something. I like the Zoe better than the Twisted Fate, but Twisted Fate can overall be better. They're kind of going for a poke comp here with some hard engage. And then Aphelios, Nautilus, really good. Yeah, and I imagine we first picked the Aphelios. They probably first rotationed Set and maybe the Ezreal. And then I'd imagine we went Nautilus Trundle because they ban, or we could have grabbed Volibear. So it wasn't Nautilus because they banned. So we grabbed Volibear Trundle after that. And they grabbed Nidalee. Then, yeah. So I think this was a great draft overall. Like, Twisted Fate, not a huge fan of. Personally would have preferred something like the Orianna, Victor, Corki, one of the other more power picks, but it's not terrible. So if Pobelter thinks if that's what he thinks he performs better on, go for it. Maybe like in his Zir. Zir would have been really good with this front line. So there's 30 seconds till the game. So I've kind of already gone over my thoughts on pick ban. So let's just get started into the game. We outdrafted them super hard. I haven't seen the Nidalee be very useful thus far, and I don't know how good a Zoe player Demonte is, and I don't think Huhi's all that great on hard engage supports. So, but it is the right call to pick a hard engage support into Aphelios. That's just generally what you have to do. Look for the Haunter Set follow up. So. Not like I don't mind the GG draft. I'm not a big fan of the Nidalee. I just haven't seen it actually win at all. This is the silly Volibear skin where every time he presses Q, sirens go off. That one's a lot of fun. Pretty simple, spread out, level 1 start. GG got some good vision. Down, so
and it's very difficult to first a set, as everybody has now finally learned with the Haymaker shield, with the regeneration on the champion. So Rune is thinking he's going to have a bit more of extended trades, and in extended trades, I always offer Conqueror
so
because you can stack it up
yeah, the
time, and then you get
weird Nidalee level 1 clear that. I mean, that first camp is so unhealthy. And holy cow, that's a good trade. Really good trade there.
Because of the double hit passive where you have the 1-2 punch. He has a really good burst combination. But Volibear can stand his ground there, and one of the big reasons for the pick. Now, you can also go phase.
Okay, that's a good ward by Demonte to get some deep vision because he has the push into the Twisted Fate. We don't really have the push in any lanes, so the Nidalee could really pressure. That's a good trade by Stixay. Yeah, and closer. I mean, they should know that the Trundle's down here, so. And Nautilus is very, very difficult to kill early. Like, just at any point in the game. So he got the flash out of him, but
last time as well. Every
Traded the
time
Ignite
we have a Nidalee in game, I want to point
and
out
gave up vision on the Nidalee, gave up a little pressure. I mean, Nidalee's going to be down in CS at this point, so which is not a position you want to be in as Nidalee. Ruin seems to just be stomping, and Nidalee showing down there allows for him to just continue to pressure extremely hard. So that's very good.
And then Nidalee can get right back to power farming. So far, though, we should shout out because Wiggly is definitely one that everyone's going to have at a disadvantage in this matchup. Him versus Closer, probably lopsided, but he's done a good job now reverse clearing up to the top side scuttle because he saw where Closer was.
No, Wiggly's doing well here. I think that's perfectly good pathing. Getting some deep vision now. So, getting some tracking down. I mean, that's just a really, really bad trade by Hanser. But that was not terribly well done by Ruin. Yeah, that was just greedy. But he's ahead in CS a decent amount. Like 6 CS at this point in the game is pretty good. We have a 300 gold lead across the game because Twisted Fate's passive gets him a bunch of gold. Which, if you're going even in that lane, that means you're ahead. Smoothie just trading with Huhi here to try and get the wave to shove into tower, but Huhi just standing his ground, knowing that there's no world where the Nautilus can kill him and force that to crash. So, but still got a pretty solid lead on CLG's part. I mean, that's a pretty good move, getting deep vision. They've done a really good job of tracking Closer. Much better than they normally do of tracking junglers. So, yeah, Ruin, huge trade there. Big advantage. Like, he took a tower shot, but it's just disgusting. He has the wave push. So it's pretty gross. This is a good 2v2 invade because you have the GG has the mid lane shoved in. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. Good work. And to hand it over to Pobelter. Oh, the teleport by Ruin. This is what I've been talking about that I want them to do. I want them to do more aggressive stuff like that. Ruin getting it an early kill. That is an early proactive play that they did not mechanically screw up. Wiggly using the pillar to hook, guarantee the hook from Smoothie into the friggin' Twisted Fate stun. Perfect chain CC, bringing in Ruin around the back because they saw the teleport from Hanser, so they knew they had the teleport advantage there. Great call. Great call here. This was improved communication. This was the best play I have seen from CLG in years. This was so good. Really, really good. Gets a huge advantage to start with. Gets snowballing in the places you want snowballing. You want that Twisted Fate, and you want that Volibear snowballing. Because those are the two people that can really, really take over the map. And then, as long as Stixxay is scaling up, like, this comp scales so much better than Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians needed the early advantage to be able to do much. And Ruin probably goes down, which, that's just a good play by Hanser, taking advantage of the flash Ruin wasted it earlier, so that's just Ruin being punished. But great response by CLG here to go get the dragon while the opposing jungler's topside. Ruin does lose quite a bit for that, and he's going to fall a little bit behind in that lane, but he does have that kill. they get the dragon, they get mid lane pretty far ahead, and they get an early lead. It's kind of diminished at this point, but they get an early lead in a comp that scales far better. And so really the only way you lose against this Golden Guardians comp is if they snowball on you and just are able to poke you out of all sorts of objectives. And just have a big numbers advantage, and they don't. Like, being even at this point in the game is a good thing, because you just scale so much better. And Pobelter's like probably 500 gold ahead here, which is great.
Haunter and Ruin, both of these guys dead even in farm. Both rocking some shiny new footwear. Ninja Tab is ready to go here to resist some of the auto attack damage. Both of them going to be putting out a ton of that. So we'll see which
Ruin's doing all right.
Up here, because as we've seen the entire time, it is just mostly Ruin owning the 1v1 matchup. If Wiggly comes up there, maybe they can make a dive happen. If Closer shows up, they've obviously already shown they can.
But it looks like they're gonna posture for Rift Herald here.
Maybe he can grab even more.
Yep, and GG does know about this. I mean, they don't really have a big advantage on either side here. Ruin does have the push, so he can rotate down quicker. Pretty even in the mid lane, but Bull supports roaming up. So no one gaining an advantage off of that, but Smoothie is here quicker, so because Ruin was pushed in more, Smoothie was able to roam quicker. CLG gets that Rift Herald and hopefully can make good use out of it. But they still haven't spotted that pink ward in that bush in the topside jungle, which is giving them a decent amount of knowledge. Man, look at these mid lane farm numbers. Holy cow. And getting a ton of farm on Twisted Fate is exactly what you want. Because he's probably got 300 extra gold from his passive right now. Just if you average it out to every CS he gets 3 extra gold. Because it's 1 through 6. So, that's... Yeah, that's a good start. We've got an objective lead. We have a small gold lead. We're in a good place, and this is a team that will utilize the this communication is on point. Oh, good work. Good work. Pobelter, can you get out? And they did. Wow. Great communication, great, quick fire on everything, and great execution to get everyone out alive. Make it a 1-for-0. Good work. And getting the kill onto Stixay. Now, all 3 of your damage dealers have extra gold on them, and things are just going pretty well. And I don't know who wins that. Yeah, that... Wow. Ruin should just body him. Yeah. So Ruin won that hard, and he should be able to shove it in pretty quickly because of the Volibear passive, and just... He's got a small CS advantage now. So, Ruin's in pretty good shape, and if he had Sheen there, he easily would have killed him. So this is definitely going to swing in Ruin's favor because of this Sheen buy. And they're doing such a good job of playing around Wiggly and Pobelter and just making plays around those 2 players. Okay, TP coming in. good stopwatch by Pobelter, but I mean, GG just responded. It wasn't, you were trying to make an aggressive play. You got 3 plates off of the Herald, but not worth giving up 2 Drakes and or 2 kills and a Drake 4. So it evens out the gold. So it wasn't just, it was a good response from Golden Guardians. CLG did a good job of pulling the trigger quickly and making an aggressive play, and I like that. They just didn't have proper vision. It looks like. They get 4 tower plates, but yeah, it just GG was able to bring everyone down, and Pobelter kind of got separated from the rest of the team. So they didn't have a good idea of where Closer and Demonte were, and it just didn't go well for them. So you'll make mistakes. I don't expect this team to be flawless, but this is much improved from what I saw last week. They're getting pressure places, they're making aggressive and smart plays, they're executing them well. This is going well. So this is definitely a different looking team than it was last week, and I mean, they are fixing what I said they really needed to last week, which was the early plays and just getting those more, cleaning up the communication there, and cleaning up the execution. They've cleaned up both of those very well.
Yeah, it's still going to be a similar game plan for Golden Guardians. They still have a lot
and you're up gold still. You scale so much better. So like once you get Sticks Air and 2 items, you're going to be in great shape. And the Trundle's just going to be so much more useful than the Nidalee. Good job by Pobelter there to absorb some of the pressure. Definitely be careful top lane. So Stixay, you gotta be careful because they could send 4 top. Like they're gonna get that. We did get first tower bot lane. Ruin has pressure there, but not a like we just give this up. They just had more. They had more bodies there, which I can't be too upset about that. Turret plates are down, so Rift Herald doesn't mean all that much. And they get themselves a shutdown kill onto Pobelter, so good call, good punish on the rotation down, and that kill stemmed off of Ruin getting that pressure bot lane and then being forced to send someone to match and deal with that wave. And now they're able to get this tower out of that. That's very clean. Very, very clean. Good job. Get a tower, 2 kills. Extremely well done. Played off of giving up the Rift Herald to give themselves an advantage. So, extremely well done there. So, normally, like, last split CLG would have just given that up, not created anything out of it. They were like, okay, we're going to give this up, but we're going to create an opportunity out of this. We're going to force someone to match here, and then pick someone as they rotate over to do that. And they did that, then they were able to tower dive since the tank, the front line wasn't there for Golden Guardians, and the front line of CLG was there, so they were able to just pressure down that turret as well as get another kill, and just great setup. I didn't give up a whole lot to set that up, and great execution.
That's the question I'm posing now for CLG, because I said in week 1, this is a team with a ship with more holes in it than a block of Swiss cheese. You can kind of just put your hand anywhere and start plugging up a hole for all the problems that were happening for CLG in spring.
Yeah, but they're cleaning up those problems.
How much water are we
Like,
still taking on board this ship, boys?
they're cleaning it up and looking like a top half team right now, which is good. Like, Golden Guardians, the playoff team, last split, and we're pretty handily beating them here.
But Golden
So
Guardians managed to make themselves. I don't know if you guys can hear Kobe on the screen, but I can hear him.
I mean, they engaged onto the trundle, so that's they used so much of their engage power on the trundle. Ruin, good teleport in. Oh, wow, great job by Wiggly to absorb that engage. Great job by the team to get him out alive and then bring in Ruin on the flank to be able to get that. So that play goes advantage CLG, but they do lose posturing for this dragon here. They're not really doing anything off of that, which makes it kind of sad. And Golden Guardians did have they had so much vision set up. Like, there wasn't much of a chance CLG was going to be able to get the dragon. They did trade a kill. They're going to get a lot of pressure top here. So they might be able to trade a dragon, or a tower for that dragon. A tower and a kill for the dragon. That's kind of worth. Like, it's much better than just giving up a dragon, so they're at least doing a good job of trading things. So when they give up an objective, they're at least getting kills, they're at least getting towers out of it, which is the sign of a good team. Just, they don't give anything up for free, which is something that they did so much before. Ruin has Trinity Force, so he's terrifying on that Volibear now. Pobelter has more than 10 CS a minute. At this point, he has over 600 extra gold from farm. And my cat is figuring out how to open a box. So, that's... Yeah, you're doing that just to get my attention, because I'm talking to somebody that isn't you. So, Stixxay is pretty close to the Hurricane, which is kind of the point he really comes on. Twisted Fate is almost at 3 items, which is just nuts. It allows for so much side lane pressure. He's a super high level. Like, he's going to be able to be such high impact. It's going to be insane. Oh. So, we don't have a whole lot here. Yeah, Stixxay getting chunked there. We do have that. I don't know where a safe place for him to TP in is. Probably just in the middle of CLG. Or he just goes back top and gets them to back off the tower, and he gets the tower. Wow. Extremely well done. Trading towers. So they're not giving up objectives for free. That is so good. And now Twisted Fate has 3 items. He is terrifying at this point. Holy cow.
Typing worth in the all chat and spamming emotes when you get something, even though it looks like your opponents thought they won. So that's kind of what I want to see. Bring it home. Show everybody exactly. Pro players are just like us, except 1,000 LP high. Now, back to the state of the game. We've got 38,000.
And Stixxay has the Hurricane. We hit power spikes at this point. Like, this is the point of the game that we wanted to get to, and we are there. Nautilus has the Stone Plate. Got the Bramble Vest on the Volibear. Like, the team is super tanky. Ooh. But, just... Pobelter, good flank. He's consistently been getting good flanks. Ruin coming in with the ulti that cancels. Just absolutely destroying these guys. Like, this was the point that they needed to get to. They were ahead coming into this point. They should just take over the game. They should go get Baron here. Just well coordinated. Wiggly 0-0-10. Love the scoreline. Ruin is absolutely running over this game. Pobelter's so strong. Just caught out FBI. We have so much CC and ability to just engage on them. And there's not much they can do to peel us off. Because if we engage, they're reliant on being able to poke, having to poke us down around objectives before they take a fight. If we can just get on them before they have a chance to poke, they're just donezo. So this is just an extremely well played game. We kind of had the one mess up down bot where we didn't have proper vision before that, but everything else, like when we've given something up, we have gotten something in return every single time. It's just been really good. And like Wiggly tanking the tower properly. Ruin's so tanky. Like just massive. Like there's not a lot that this team that Golden Guardians can do at this point. They're so much weaker. They get engaged on so easily. They don't do nearly enough damage. You just body block for him, and we're good. Now this is like optimal for Golden Guardians if they can get an engage, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to because Huhi ult is down. They need to haunt our ult in there, but they just don't have a great way to go forward. Yeah, I mean they did. No, they took good advantage there. They hit a good bubble. CLG missed an engage. They turned it around, but CLG managed not to lose any bodies. And they're still going to be in a perfectly fine position. They're still up 7,000 gold. They still have an extremely strong Aphelios and Twisted Fate. So there's no worries here. Like the soul point isn't strong enough to win them the game at this point. CLG's just so much stronger. They just have to wait for an engage because if CLG gets the engage without getting poked down, they win every fight. Golden Guardians' condition for winning a fight is too specific. They have to be able to poke down and then get the Leona engage onto Stixxay or Pobelter and then burst them down before they have a chance in the fight. So it's not... Yeah, not really gonna get much. I mean that turret's at 1 HP. They're gonna be able to shove in even if the Baron wears out, but Baron will still be up. They'll be able to get the tower and then push into the inhibitor because they're just so much stronger. And like there's just no way to be able to properly engage on Golden Guardian's side. And if they get engaged on, they don't win the fight. So, and Stixxay's played very well this game. He's positioned well. Pobelter has been very good. Ruin has been good. He did waste that flash early, but his teleport play was great. And I mean, we got an inhibitor off the Baron, so well done. Baron's up in 2 minutes, Dragon's up in 3, basically. So we just need to get control around objectives, and we should be, since top is perpetually pushed in. We're just way stronger, and things should be very good for us.
Trundle scaling, where Trundle can just shred somebody. Aphelios annihilates anyone who stands there. You can see both Stixxay and Ruin are building Death Dance for themselves.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, gonna have that frontline Volibear.
That's Chad Volibear, man. That's Trinity Force Death Dance. That's how you flex on him.
Yeah, well, Ruin just is a Chad. Even when he shouldn't be, he's still a Chad.
one does work. Currently, they do have Ruin up through the mid lane here, so they're not going to bring him over to use his ult to turn off this tower. It looks like they're just going to slowly wear away.
Yep,
As he runs
that's a
right
good
through
idea.
mid lane. Twisted Fate ultimate. That tower's going to get 2-shot.
There you go.
Yeah, using that Twisted Fate ultimate to get towers,
Switching lanes, changing the game.
good idea.
Difficult for Golden Guardians to be able to
And
respond
just
in
continue to get pressure. They draw the aggro there. They get 2 towers off of that Twisted Fate ult. They're understanding how to pressure properly and safely. Like, just doing a great job here, because you're just splitting the pressure perfectly. When they send more support one way, you're backing off and pushing the pressure the other side, and just doing that little yo-yo that you need to do, the seesaw of responding to Golden Guardians, where they're sending their units to counter your pressure, and then playing accordingly off of that. Extremely well done. Yeah, now Ruin took a couple of tower shots there, but he should be fine because he's Volibear, gets the press Q and basically get ghost on an 8-second cooldown. So he's fine. He has teleport. He can just TP back in. He has ultis, so he can just ult and turn off this tower if need be. And like, they got to engage. They're gonna win the fight because Stixay's free hitting in the back line. There's no way that you win the fight if you can't kill the Aphelios. So he's dead. FBI will be dead soon. Ruin might die here. Yeah, Ruin died, but oh well. We won the fight super hard. Yeah, just that was a good and clean game. Holy cow. That was a game that I was not expecting to see. Just super clean, super well done, aggressive, great communication across the board. Played with pressure perfectly. Did everything they needed to win. They had a couple of hiccups, but it's still early in the season. Those things can be cleaned up and should be cleaned up. And this team is actually looking scary. This was the team I was hoping to see last split when I saw our roster on paper. So they still have a pretty high ceiling as to what they can do, and they started to show it here. So it's just well done all around. Great job by the coaching staff for pulling this dumpster fire together into something that looks like it can compete to be one of the top teams in the league. So I'm extremely happy with this result, and I'm glad my faith in the coaching staff and the players of CLG wasn't misplaced. So I had hope that they could turn it around, and they're starting to. So good work, CLG.